welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have no makeup on right now. All I did was my skincare, and I did like the makeup TikTok makeup hack that is primer, powder, and then you put like setting spray. So I just used the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. So yeah, I'm gonna take you through a little get ready with me putting on some makeup. I have my coffee here, my Nespresso. I'm gonna answer some questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure to check me out and ask me some more questions. So cheers, let's get started. That's so good. Okay. So as you can see, just on my face, my bare face, I have some like pigmentation problems and like past breakouts and things like that. I struggled with acne a lot in college, like really severe cystic acne. And I considered going on Accutane and then eventually didn't, because for anyone that knows, Accutane is really scary. There's a lot of crazy side effects and things like that. So we went on like the next highest thing. It was oral medication and topical medication and things like that. So it has shifted dramatically and changed dramatically, but yeah, I still have a lot of scarring and I still get active breakouts and things like that. So that's my face right now. So what I'm gonna do is put back my hair, and I probably should get a mirror. So one sec. Okay, I got a mirror, we're all good. What should I do first, makeup or put a look on some questions? Let's start with something easy. Okay, favorite unhealthy snack. My favorite like unhealthy snack, I guess like less nutritious snack, probably croissants. If you know me, you know I freaking love croissants. I try to eat whatever I want, so maybe croissants. And I also really like healthy food. Okay, so I'm using the It Cosmetics CC cream. I think I'm in the color light medium. And I just take a damp beauty blender and apply it all over my face. Do it with my finger first. I don't know why. And then I'll go in with the beauty blender. I look so crazy doing this. I think I need to be like farther away. Okay, so if you see me looking here, that's where the mirror is. What do you like to eat pre-run / workout? I eat the same thing basically every morning. I like to work out in the morning because I like to have like my workout done and out of the way, and a shower out of the way, especially because it takes so long for my hair to dry. I like to have that out of the way in the morning. So I just eat my overnight oats, which is, depending on the workout, a ½ cup to a cup of oats, powdered peanut butter, just because it absorbs really well into the oatmeal, chia seeds, and a full banana. And like I just use water or almond milk to soak it up, and then I store that overnight, and then I add cinnamon in the morning. So that's what I eat pre-run, pre-workout. Where do you plan to go post-COVID? I would really like to go visit, it sounds weird that I want to go to Missouri, but I would really like to go visit my little sister at school in St. Louis. She goes to school in St. Louis, Missouri, so I'd like to go there. I've never been there before. Yeah, Dan and I have always just wanted to go visit her. So no like big plans post-COVID, like anywhere extravagant or anything like that. I mean, there's so many places I want to go, but realistically, probably Missouri. Oh no, you know where I want to go? I want to go visit my family down south. I haven't seen my Nana, my grandma, in like, yeah, a year and a half, and she is currently in a nursing home facility. I talk to her every week and multiple times a week, and FaceTime and things like that, but I just want to be able to go hug her and see her, and my cousins and my grandpa and my other grandma. Yeah, I just want to be able to go see them. Describe your college experience so far. Has it been hard, easy? Are you naturally smart? Ooh. So if you haven't watched my last video, I try and clear this up a little bit. I graduated undergrad in 2018, so 2 years ago, December 2018. So I've been out of undergrad for 2 years. I think because I talk about studying and I wear a BU shirt, that's like my favorite shirt to wear, a lot of people think that I'm still in college, but I'm not. I'm just going to BU for my EMT certification. So it's a pretty intensive certification, and BU has a really good program, like one of the most reputable programs. So that's why I chose to go there. In terms of my undergrad, I had a good experience. I wouldn't change it. Am I naturally smart? I don't want to like toot my own horn, but I think that I'm naturally smart, but with that, I think comes a lot of laziness. I've always been a hard worker, but I guess, especially in high school, I just didn't really study and I didn't try as hard as I probably could have because things kind of came to me a little more easily. And then with that, if things seem hard for me or don't come as easily, I chalk it up to, oh, I'm stupid and I can't do that. So for the longest time, things like anatomy and science, they just did not come easy to me. And I just thought that I was too stupid to be a doctor. Like, I didn't think I could ever work in the medical field because I was just too stupid. And that is such a terrible outlook, and I'm so glad that I got past that. I definitely have to work hard and study hard, especially with things like my EMT certification, because it is such a serious matter. But once I grasp a concept, I don't lose it and I understand it. I don't think it's hard for me to understand things. I think it's just hard for me to motivate myself if something doesn't come easy to me. Does that make sense? I'm just going in with the Tarte Shape Tape. I use this for my under eyes and just to conceal any imperfections. So I go under my eye like that, and then I'll like dab where I have active breakouts. How long do you plan to live with your parents? So this is interesting because when we first moved in with my parents and left Boston, I guess didn't really know. We just thought it would be temporary. And then fast forward a few months, we got comfortable really, really fast. And I went back to my old job and I started seeing my old friends, and I got to be around my brother and my sister all the time. And I went on my normal run routes. I'm just taking it down my neck so I don't look like a complete lunatic. So we got comfortable really, really fast. And Dan and I had always kind of been passively looking at houses, and we always kind of planned to move upstate New York. Dan is from upstate, and that's where all his family is. It's not too far away from Connecticut. When we want to start a family and have a house of our own, that's kind of just where we'd always envisioned ourselves, but we didn't know when exactly that would be. A month ago, we started to have a more serious conversation about where we are financially and what we can afford and when we actually see ourselves settling down and buying a house. And it is happening a lot sooner than we originally thought. We hope to be out of my parents' house in March, April, sometime in the spring of 2021. It sounds so weird to say, like in my head, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, I think that's pretty blended. Embarrassing stories. I have probably the most embarrassing story in my life that I'm not gonna share. The only person that knows this story is my best friend from college, and we honestly had a little bit of a falling out. I don't know if she watches my videos, but I still have faith that she would never tell the story to anyone. But it has to do with a Starbucks cup. So if she's watching this, she knows what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna tell that story. When I was waitressing once, I spilled an entire drink down someone's back, and she had just taken a shower. So she was already wet from the shower and like clean. And then I just spilled an entire drink down the back of her neck. And she wasn't that nice about it, but all of her friends were really nice about it. And then all the tables that saw me do it felt really bad for me, so they tipped me really well. So I guess that was good, but that was incredibly embarrassing. Okay, I'm just going in with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Don't come at me because I really don't know how to do bronzer, but I'm trying to think of other embarrassing stories. This is like not really embarrassing because I was by myself. I don't think anyone else heard. When I was in Boston, if you're from Boston, you know, like the homeless issue is really bad. People that are out on the streets and they just don't have access to healthcare and mental health care. Yeah, so sometimes they can be a little bit aggressive, and that's just something you get used to living in Boston. But as I said, I was struggling with acne really badly my first year at college, and it was just like, it was so bad. It was huge cystic pimples all over me. Just pimples. That just broke. Okay, cool. Also, I'm going in with this Tarte blush. Anyway, so I was walking to the gym one day and I passed this homeless man who was like screaming on the side of the sidewalk. And I planned to just obviously walk by him. He saw me and he screamed at me and he said, "Your face is so bad, you look like a Neanderthal." I know that he wasn't thinking clearly. I know that he needed help, but that was so embarrassing and so sad. It was like a really tough thing to hear, even just from someone that didn't know what they were saying. Anyways, now I can kind of make light of it, and yeah, it's not as big of a deal. I went in with this Benefit highlighter. This is just the one I use. I really don't have a favorite highlighter. I don't really understand highlighters, so that's what we do. Yeah, and then after that happened, that's like when I called my mom and I was like, we need to get it on Accutane right now. Like, I didn't care what I was gonna do to my body as long as this acne was gone. I was like, it was so bad, and I was just crying, and like, I felt bad for him and I felt shitty about myself. Maybe that was kind of a downer, so like, What made you want to become an EMT? I'd always wanted to be a doctor ever since I was younger. I knew I wanted to be, specifically when I was like 8, I knew I wanted to be a pulmonary specialist. Again, I never thought I was smart enough to be a doctor. With applying to med school, you have to work a year in your field and get a certain amount of hours under your belt. Obviously, the best experience you can get is as an EMT. You have to go through the certification process, and then you're on the truck getting hours in. You're with patients and make judgment calls and decisions with the drop of a hat, because someone's life literally depends on making those decisions. So I like that. I love helping others in need. Like, every time you call an ambulance, that's usually someone's worst day of their life. So you're always seeing someone on the worst day of their life and hopefully making the worst day of their life a little bit better, or saving their life. Really important job. It's not just a ride to the hospital. These are people that are keeping you alive, really and truly. So yeah. Oh, for the longest time, I was scared to touch my eyebrows because I've seen so many people, especially in college, I saw so many people with like fake drawn on eyebrows, and it scared me shitless to try and use anything on my eyebrows. This is the only thing I will use on my eyebrows. Precisely my brow, I don't know, but it's got this little spoolie on one end, so I just brush up and out my eyebrows. And then I go in with this pencil and I just like really lightly feather in the areas that are missing. Do you still get eating disorder thoughts? Plain and simple, yes. I'm not fully recovered. I don't pretend to say that I'm fully recovered. Plain and simple, yes, I still do get eating disorder thoughts, and a lot of my work right now in eating disorder recovery is battling those thoughts and not acting on them. Obviously, I haven't acted on an urge in a really long time. A lot of my thoughts right now are figuring out what I like, when things are healthy and when things are me trying to push the boundaries. So for example, like the other day, Dan and I made hot chocolate, and I didn't know, I truly couldn't figure out, do I want hot chocolate or am I just doing it to myself to drink hot chocolate, if that makes sense? Like, it's a really weird part of recovery right now. When you restrict yourself for a really long time, sometimes you forget what you like because you just haven't eaten things that you like. You've only eaten things that you think are good for you or you think will make you look a certain way. So a lot of my work right now is just figuring out what I like, when I like it. Long story short, yes, I still get eating disorder thought, and I'm sure I will for a while, but my camera might die like any second, so let's just power through. We really need to focus for this part because I don't want to poke my eyeball out. What is your favorite food? Bananas. I really have to focus for this. I'm just using telescopic L'Oreal mascara. My best friend from high school, it's still one of my best friends now, she introduced me to this. I used to only put mascara on my top lashes because I thought, oh, that opens up your eyes and makes your eyes look bigger. And then my friend Kiana told me she like has the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen, and eyelashes, and she was like, oh yeah, I put mascara on my top and bottom lashes because it helps open up your eyes. I was like, what? I go in with 2 mascaras. I go in with this one, L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It won't focus so well. And I just kind of go in with my top lashes there. Oh, I got another question, and it was, what color are your eyes? My eyes are hazel. So sometimes they're green, sometimes they're brown. So my camera died, of course, but I finished my makeup. So that is a typical makeup routine for me. So thanks for getting ready with me. Oh, I was in the middle of saying that my eyes are hazel. You can't really tell in this light, they look brown, but sometimes they're green, sometimes they're brown. So sometimes they're like freaking yellow. Yeah, thanks for getting ready with me, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.